Welcome students in the biology class. Yesterday we studied about insectivorous plants and I said you have given a homework yesterday to read the topic saprophytes from the book. I hope you might have read. So today's topics are saprophytes, saprophytic nutrition, introduction of symbiosis. Now let us see what are saprophytes. Saprophytes are basically the living organisms which are heterotrophs. Now you are familiar by the word heterotrophs. They can't prepare their own food, they are dependent on some other organisms. So these saprophytes, they depend on any dead or decaying organic matter, dead or decaying material. They grow on that decaying material and absorb the nutrients from it. Very commonly we call the saprophytes as decomposers also. So let us read saprophytes. Living organisms that get their nutrition from dead and decaying material are called saprophytes. They live and feed on dead and decaying organic matter. That organic matter could be a dead body of any animal or any plant or any tree which has fallen. It would be anything. Saprophytes are heterotrophs. They reproduce by spores. The examples of saprophytes are few bacteria and fungi like mushroom. Since yesterday it is raining, you very soon you can find some mushrooms growing near to your house. So these mushrooms are the example of fungi, mucor or mold, yeast, penicillium, Indian pipe, etc. Mold also grows on some old food. Yeast is used while preparing idlis and any other food product in which we need some kind of sponginess. So it is having some uses also, but here basically saprophytes are the organisms which get their nutrients by absorbing it from any dead or decaying organic matter. Saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytes, how do they obtain their food? What they do? They secrete some digestive juices into that dead and decaying organic matter. They convert that organic matter into simple substances and now they are able to absorb the nutrients from it. In this way, there is one more benefit that when they convert the organic matter into simpler substances, very easily the nutrients present in the organic matter can mix back into the soil and the plants which grow in that soil can utilize it for their growth. So let us read now. Saprophytes secretes digestive juices to break down the material or organic matter around them into simpler substances that can be absorbed by them. This type of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytes can also be called as decomposers. They decompose dead plants and animals, absorb nutrients from them, and keep our surroundings clean. They break down the organic matter into carbon, nitrogen, minerals, etc., so that it can be recycled back into the soil and utilized by the plants. As we know that carbon, nitrogen, other minerals are very important for the growth of the plant, especially nitrogen. The plants get nitrogen through some process which we will study in the next topic, that is symbiosis. Nitrogen is converted into proteins and utilized by the plants for its growth. We will study about nitrogen in the next topic, that is symbiosis. Pictures of saprophytes. You can observe them. Symbiosis. This is the next topic for today. Today we will have only the introduction of symbiosis, and in the coming week, on the coming Monday, we will study about some more examples of symbiosis. Symbiosis, it is a relationship between two organisms that benefits both. that is known as symbiosis. You may say that it is a kind of give and take relationship, sort of interdependence. In this, what happens? Two organisms live together without causing any negative effect on each other. They do not cause any negative effect. The only thing that they do is they benefit each other. They are, you can tell, they are helpful to each other. That is symbiosis. Two organisms living together and helping each other, that is symbiosis. This type of relationship is called symbiotic relationship, and the organism which are involved in symbiotic relationship is called a symbiont. One example I can give for the plants. They are bearing flowers. Now, for the purpose of reproduction, they are dependent on honeybees, on bats, on some insects for the process of pollination. So what happens? These honeybees or moth, birds like hummingbird or the bats, they get nectar from the flower. So that is their use. They are getting nectar from the flower. But what they are doing, some pollen grains are attached into their body. They unknowingly spread the pollens into on some other flowers and helps in the reproduction. This process is known as pollination. They help in reproduction. So in this way, what happens? The insect are getting nectar, and in return what they are doing, they are helping in reproduction of the plant. So that is symbiosis, give and take relationship. For today, this much is enough. Next week we will study about some more examples of symbiosis, and home assignment that I have given you. I want you to write the notes from the PDF, and not only of today, all the PDF whatever I have sent last week, I want everything should be written in a very proper way in your notebook. Learn the definition of saprophytes, saprophytic nutrition, symbiosis and symbiont. All of you have to learn it very properly, and on coming Sunday I am going to take one assessment, online assessment of yours, so better get ready. Read the topic symbiosis for the next class. Solve the book exercise ABC given on page number 7-8 in the book. Get ready for online assessment on coming Sunday, that is on 7th of May. So enough for today. Goodbye students.